Hello everyone, Gabe here from the Golden Block, and today we're going to be playing some more Super Mario 64 DS. And we're just going to be heading into Tiny Huge Island. Very simple star here. Since you're going to be killing enemies, you're going to be realizing that coins are everywhere in this game. Especially in Tiny Huge Island. Probably one of the hugest collection of probably has the hugest collection of coins in the entire game. I mean, that's what I've heard. Come on. Come on, Yoshi. If you... Gosh dang. Come on. There we go. I just need to kill... Oh no. No. Oh gosh dang it. Okay. I just need to wait a bit. Wait for the coins to despawn, of course. There we go. Yes! Yes! No. Yes! Okay. And if I remember correctly... Yes! That was easy. You just had to avoid the coins spit out by the piranha plants. Nice. Let's do another star. Come on. The tip top of the huge island. As a general rule of thumb, I always recommend always going as Luigi or Yoshi and going into the tiny painting, never the huge painting. Because it's easier to go places for movement and other places like that. Like, for example, I can just make my way into this pipe, and then I just have to scale a little bit of the mountain. Simple enough, I know. Now, like in most stars, I recommend not playing as Wario. This is a vertically oriented stage, so playing as a non-vertically or not even platform-worthy character would probably not be the best idea. So yeah. Simple enough. Get the next star. And now we've unlocked the final level. It's cool. I kind of like that. It's kind of a huge milestone in a way. Okay. I remember, when playing this game at first, I had trouble with this star. Not because it was hard, but because, I didn't know where the flagpole was. It wasn't really clear. I kind of wish in their create prowess with the game, I wish they made a way to they added the flagpole to the mini-map. I felt like that was an interesting... I felt like that would have been a cool thing to add, considering that, I had trouble with that. Now, of course, it would be one asset that would be used in only used in 2 different places, which would not be, good for programming, but... not good for programming, but it is a useful, idea. I've also been recently informed that I have spent an entire year trying to finish the series. Now, I do not find this to be anything other than a testament to how lazy I am, because this series should realistically have only taken a month or about 2 months to make. Considering that the game is pretty short, there's a lot of research done by the people of the speedrunning of the 64DS speedrunning community, and also the challenge run community of Super Mario 64 DS, which is also a huge plus for me. That somebody actually saw my video and actually made a little comment. There was literally a person who was willing to just write a comment, leaving me a spreadsheet about the challenge. And I had to say, seeing that and making me feel that way kind of put me in my place. I knew that I was not that skilled, but I also knew what kind of a waste I've been doing, considering that it took a year. I didn't get a lot done, and on top of that, people are literally doing speedruns of this very same category. And these people are smart, like really smart. Or at least have a lot of time on their hands. And I congratulate people for that. I personally do believe that enjoying a piece of content so much that you're willing to put up with a somewhat of a daunting challenge is kind of admirable in a sense. It's kind of admirable in a sense. I can only imagine how much a speedrunner or somebody along that caliber puts in a lot of effort. You know, honestly, I used to look down on speedrunners. I felt like spending a lot of time trying to beat the game as quickly as possible was kind of a waste of talent. But who am I to talk about talent? I barely have any. But the fact is that I felt like I was kind of wasting everyone's time once I got that comment. It was kind of humbling in a way, where the content where I was putting out was kind of late to the party. I will remind you, I started this challenge, well, this playlist mostly, because I felt like there was a person who didn't put in a lot of work because they only did the minimum requirement, getting only 80 stars and doing easy challenges. I do have a lot of appreciation for SeamyCraft, but I don't hide him in high regard when compared to a lot of other people. Because a person with that much experience should be able to know. A person with a lot of experience should be able to know that doing a challenge video has to be not only entertaining, but also exciting in a way. he did feel like a clickbait YouTuber. That's how I felt about him. I didn't consider him to be a bad YouTuber, I just considered him to be lazy. But who am I to talk about laziness? I'm pretty lazy as well. That was actually kind of cool. I was actually pretty sure that I was gonna get hit there. Like I said earlier, I do have a lot of appreciation for the craft of speedrunning. I have grown a lot of appreciation, but I never did understand the concept of glitches. I mean, I knew what glitches were, don't get me wrong, but I never knew why you wanted to find a way to hack or mess with the end product of a game. Knowing what I know, it's hard to create a place where creating a game is, well, what I'm trying to say is, creating a game is hard. Okay. It just made me feel kind of angry that this person was not putting a lot of work into their videos, and they were getting views. I'm guessing he just got on the scene at the right time. It's kind of sad to me, in a way. It's just kind of sad to me in a way. I didn't curse the YouTube algorithm. I didn't say anything like that. I just kind of felt feelings. Feelings that I felt like I needed to justify in a way. I actually am a part of the unofficial speedrunning Discord, and they did answer my question. I kind of just joined because I had a question and they answered it pretty fast, actually. I do believe that a person such as that is worth looking up to. A person who is willing to understand my plight for a very simple question that I didn't know who else to ask. I do have an affinity for speedrunning, in a way. While I can always say that I will never be a professional speedrunner, I can say I will never be a professional speedrunner in the sense, I can always a person such as myself can appreciate the craft that goes into their work. They show me that it's wildly possible that you can beat the Super Mario 64 on the N64 without collecting a single star, and do it in 5 minutes. That's crazy. I never believed that was possible. Like, a game as huge as Super Mario 64 being able to be beaten in 5 minutes. I mean, it made sense for Super Mario Brothers. That made a lot of sense. I mean, it was an NES game. But a game as super complex as Super Mario 64 has enough glitches in it that the community was literally able to find a way to beat the game with 0 stars. in a game where you normally needed 70, or I believe it was 70, to complete to get the minimalistic ending. And I can appreciate the dedication. The dedication that I wish I had. Honestly, I wish I had that kind of dedication to devote to a single game, and not only, and kind of know it like the back of my hand, as people say. To be able to just say to a person that, hey, I was able to beat this game super duper quickly. I did do a personal best run of this game 100% in 8 hours. Which, if I were to document my run, would make me the 38th fastest person in the world, at least in a documented case. Yes, I would be second to last place on the board, but I still would be on there, and 38th is a huge accomplishment to me. And it would make, and that little competition there would strive me to become better. To become top 30, top 25, top 20. If I dedicated myself, I could easily become top 10, or maybe even top 5, or maybe even best. Come on. Haha, gotcha. Hello, Wiggler. Okay, now he's charging at me. This makes it easier. You know, if I was playing as Luigi, that would make sense, but I'm playing as Yoshi, disguised as Luigi. Can you imagine? I mean, I'm not sure if I brought this up before, but how weird is it that, what if that how it worked in real life? You just put on a disguise and you became that person, or at least you look like a believable clone that can do everything. You just sound different. Like, if I wore a Mario cap, I would become Mario and act exactly like Mario. Like, that would be kind of cool. Kind of an interesting storyline to think about. I'm pretty sure some other people did it. It's pretty much what prevents me from doing what I want, because I know that other people did it. Most of my videos are in response or copies of somebody else. Gosh dang. I guess it does stem from the fact that I want to prove myself. As a person, I want to prove myself to people that I am worth paying attention to. It's a dreadful problem, but I guess it is one from a place of sympathy, or a place of, I want to do this because people are known for it. But I guess that's not a good way to view somebody, or a person who puts in a lot of work to make sure that their videos are 10 minutes long. Come on. I wish I could angle the camera. Why is it locked? I have no idea why it's freaking locked. I don't know why it's locked there. Because it would be very beneficial if I were to do something like that. But, what am I? What am I doing with my life? I don't know. I'm playing a DS game in my room, just recording a video and talking about how much I grew to love the speedrunning community. That's what I'm talking about. Oh no. But I will give it to them. Because Klepto is so useful, because hats are now so useful in the game, it's more of a problem if it's stolen from you. Which made losing, I mean, yeah, losing your hat is still a nuisance, but it's still was a nuisance in Mario 64, but at least it didn't happen that often. It really didn't happen that often to warrant getting your hat back that quickly. I guess it does, but because you can, but since a lot of the characters are more useful, since there are more characters, and these transformation hats can be taken by Klepto, that makes the fact that something as simple as creating something as simple as just adding new characters made Klepto more of a nuisance. I would entertain the same idea with Cappy in a way, where Cappy is a useful hat. I'm not saying that having your hat in Super Mario 64 was a bad thing, or that losing your hat was not good. I'm just saying that because of these transformation hats, they made Klepto more annoying. Now, I don't know why I'm praising game designers for making a already annoying character more annoying, but it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. And that sometimes I'm conditioned, or I want to wear an undesirable cap for Klepto to steal it. For Klepto to steal the cap. For Klepto to steal it, so I don't have to deal with it. And I will say that I am getting more of a following. People are commenting on my videos, subscribing. I'm guessing I'm actually making an image for myself, which is kind of cool. That was a quite lenient timer, quite honestly. I didn't think that it would take so long for me to do that. That it would actually be lenient enough that I would be able to do that. That was actually kind of interesting. I didn't know that that was possible. Well, I guess I have time for one more star. It is a bit longer, but I mean, it was a hard... Oh, right. Right. Mario. This is Super Mario 64, right? I mean, this is Super Mario 64, not Super Yoshi 64. Quite honestly, it should have been, but I think that would send the wrong idea. I think Yoshi 64 would be most similar to Yoshi's Story, which, fun fact, was actually a tech demo for the DS. It was presumably scrapped for whatever reason. I actually do think that was actually kind of interesting, that a game that was scrapped was Yoshi's Story. I mean, I heard good things about Yoshi's Story, and sometimes I wonder why Nintendo doesn't remake older games that have not been realized, or not been loved as much. Because quite honestly, sometimes I do think that Mario Sunshine, Zelda 2, Yoshi's Story should be revisited. Because these are games that have merits. They just were on either a dying platform or was just a departure from everything else. Like, I'm not sure, but I think it would be kind of cool if there was a Hotel Mario remake. I'm not joking. I would actually want to see a Hotel Mario remake. But, besides that, we can continue this tomorrow. See you tomorrow on Super Mario 64 DS Coinless, where I'm going to be going into Tock Clock, getting more stars. Then I'm going to be going into Rainbow Ride and getting more stars. And then the last episode will be me getting all the rest of the stars that I missed and going to fight Bowser. See you all then.